Today I'm going to give you a key lesson for achieving your goals. If you're up for that, stay tuned. Welcome to the Power of Quiet, helping you realize your true inner power to have abundance, happiness, peace, and presence in your life. Now, earlier this evening, I was eating at a Chinese restaurant, and I always love reading the fortune at the end of the meal. And this evening, I was given a particularly beautiful fortune. And this is an old saying, probably you've heard this before. If you love something, set it free. If it returns, keep it and love it forever. Now, this is a beautiful life lesson. And this is also an important lesson that pertains to getting our goals. You see, over the years, I've seen so many people struggle to get that one particular goal. And usually it's a money goal. And there's this fixation that's like Captain Ahab chasing after Moby Dick with such an obsession that he ultimately destroys himself in the pursuit of that white whale. And we do this too. Oftentimes, ultimately destroying ourselves and our happiness because we even disregard all the great gains that we're getting in other areas and other wonderful things that are happening in our lives, saying none of that matters because I still hadn't gotten that one important goal. So what we're going to practice here today is letting go and setting that goal free. Now I want to share with you a story about when I went after my very first goal. When I first learned this method, I set a goal to have $20,000. And I just sat down and I focused on it and released until all of my feelings about it just went away, every last one of them. And I didn't even realize that at the time, but I just let go of all of my feelings about it that I even forgot that I set the goal. And it was about a month later, after I did that exercise on releasing on it, that I got a letter in the mail that said I should expect a check out of the blue for $19,800. And when I read that, I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. I set a goal. And it's funny because I just totally forgot about the whole thing. But from that experience, that really taught me this important lesson about really letting it go. Because, see, you may resonate with this. You're releasing on a goal, releasing, and you feel like you're released, but you're still looking for it, waiting for it. When is it going to happen? Where is it going to come from? But you see, what I experienced was I just completely let it go out of my mind. I set it free. And it came to me. Now, this is something that from the ego's perspective is a pretty scary thing. Well, wait a minute. I'm just going to forget about my goal. I'm going to let the whole thing go. Yeah, you really let it go. And remember, the whole purpose of goals, anyway, is to be totally imperturbable and to quiet the mind. So just look at a goal that you've been working on and you could see maybe you're still looking for it, thinking about it, wondering when it's going to happen. What is that all about? That's keeping a noisy mind, isn't it? And what we're doing is we're using the goal to bring up all that noise and let it go. So it makes sense, right? Now, this is something that I've continued to practice, especially now. When I'm working on my goals, I'm always really reconciling myself to be okay if I let it go. I abandon the whole thing, and to be happy even if I never ever get that goal. And that aspect of working on my goal has always been a key aspect. It's been a key thing that's really kept me pointed in the right direction, that actually inevitably enables me to get all of these goals. So let's work on this. All right? Take a look at a goal that's very, very important to you. And a goal that maybe you've been working on for a long, long time. Perhaps it's a big money goal. All right? Just think about that goal. Now notice if there's part of you that is wanting to hold on to that goal. All right. Gripping onto it. I'm not going to let go until I realize it. And just see if you notice that. That holding on, wanting to hold on to that goal. All right, now, could you just let go of holding on to that goal? Holding on to it so dearly and so tightly. Could you just let go of holding on to it? And could you let go of holding on to it a little bit more? And could you let go of holding on to it a little bit more? And could you let go of holding on to it even more? And could you let go of holding on to it even more? And could you let it go even more? And even more. And even more. And notice if any resistance or fear comes up about letting it go. Like, well, what if it doesn't come back? What if I don't get it? And any fear, resistance that comes up, can you just say yes to that? That fear, that resistance, just say yes to it. Say yes to it even more. And say yes to it so that it can leave. And could you say yes to it even more? And even more. 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 And just notice how you feel. See if that fear, resistance is just dissolving away more and more. And if there's more coming up, just let it come up. And just let it pass through. Let that fear, that resistance go. It doesn't help you. It's just a feeling. It's a feeling that's been inside of you. And it's triggered now when you're thinking about letting go of the goal. But just welcome up this feeling and let it go. And even more. And even more. And you can notice that this fear or resistance to letting it go that comes up, that's feelings that are not imperturbable in regards to that goal. And that's showing you where you've got some negativity there. That's a block to you having the goal. And that's the whole purpose of this exercise and working on goals, is to bring this stuff up. All right, so let's just get smart and let it go now. All right, so just say yes to it. That's the easy way to let it go right now, right on the spot. Say yes to that fear, that resistance even more. And even more. and even more, and even more, and even more. And notice how you feel now. If you feel lighter, more at ease, more positive, that's the point. And that's what we got to do. That's the whole purpose here. Why we're working on our goals is to free ourselves. So you see, even according to this, you're setting it free and you're setting yourself free. All right? Now, you might have some thoughts that come up about what I'm talking about here. Like, well, isn't this just like giving up? Or how do I know if I really let it go? Maybe I'm just ending up in apathy. All right? Look, again, these are all thoughts and feelings that are designed to be stirred up when you're working on your goals so you can release them. Get them out of the way. They're blocks to having the goal. So see what thought or feeling that you have right now. Like, well, this isn't going to work. This is stupid. I'm kidding myself. Now, any thought that you have like this, just look at your mind. Right at it. You know, that voice that's talking to you in your head. Just look right at it and say, I love you. Whatever it says. Right now, just say, I love you. I love you. So, for example, it might say, look, you're just an idiot if you let it go. I love you. You're kidding yourself. I love you. You know how you are. You're lazy, you procrastinate. So when you're doing this, you're just going to let the whole thing go and you're going to get nowhere. I love you. I love you. I really, really love you. So just do that with your mind, whatever it says to you. And notice, just looking at it, saying I love you. You're not reacting to the mind. You're just being here right now, being the witness, being present, and being loving. And when you're in this state that is your choice right now, just to look at it and say, I love you, your mind has nowhere to go. And it just quiets down, right? And see, here's where the magic happens. Because as your mind quiets down, there's no interference when you hold in mind exactly what it is that you intend to have this goal. There's no thought to interfere with it. And now the creativity of your mind can come forth and express itself without interference. You can think exactly what it is that you intend and just have it happen effortlessly. And besides, notice when you're doing this, you're saying, I love you, you're bringing up the fear, the resistance, you're letting those negative feelings go. You get better. You get lighter. You get happier. And even if that goal doesn't happen, so what? What's so bad about feeling positive and happy and free anyway? Right? So in this position, you get to play A, I win, B, I win. And this is keeping you pointed at the main thing, imperturbability. So let me know how this works out for you. And if you have any questions about this process, letting it go, I'll be happy to answer them in the comments below. All right? So practice this, try it out, and I'll see you later.